The internet's working. I saw so many people on here early that I just decided to go ahead and just start the streamer because thank you. I mean, this isn't my my night for going live, and I wasn't able to do a video for Wednesday night to prep everybody for tomorrow night. And I was going to do it last night, but Kenton was on, and I didn't want to interrupt his live or step on him. And so I just put it off until Friday night. I thought I'd jump out here real quick, and then even if people couldn't join in live. Phoenix, that's enough. Even if people couldn't join in live, that they would be able to watch the video and kind of get an update on what was going to happen tomorrow night. So first off, I want to say thank you for joining. Second of all, I want to say I hope everybody is staying safe and staying warm. Hope you're not having any electrical or power issues, and everybody in your family staying safe. That's rule number one. And then we can all have fun. Hey, Matt. Hey, Mark. Thank you, Jack. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. Now, Mark, I know you mentioned something about going live tonight, and that's why I kind of pushed mine back to 7:30. I didn't know if you were going to go live or not, and I didn't see anything get posted. So I was in between watching PTT's live stream today and working, and that's what the computer monitors are behind me here. And so in between answering calls and emails and work, I was able to catch the live stream and actually called and talked to Brian today. To those of you that were watching the live stream, I was one of the last people that called at the end of the day whenever he couldn't find the comment that I'd left for him, Brian and Daniel, Ryan and Daniel on the order that I made. So. Oh no, you're all good, Angela. No. I just saw so many people here chatting that I felt bad. I was actually playing referee with the dogs because I fed them, and one ate before the other one got done, and so one wanted to try to guard their bowl anytime he saw somebody move. The little one did. So yeah. Anyway, when I came in here and checked on the feed to make sure everything was still going good with the internet and the camera, I saw all the chat going on, and I'm like, oh my God, so. I'm like, well, give the people what they want. If they're here now, let's just fire it up. So no, actually, I'm the one that's late because everybody showed up at 7. Hey, Patrick, I did catch the part where you called in this morning and he kept calling you Norman. I thought that was quite humorous. I was getting a chuckle out of that. So I know you took advantage of that PTT sale. And if any of you that are live now, you probably already know. But if you don't, Ryan, Brian, and Daniel are having an absolute auto world blowout. And I cannot recommend enough. If you're here live and you didn't hear about it, you're hearing it now. You have my permission to just bolt away from this and go order some stuff before they sell out. They have got some seriously unbeatable prices right now on their exclusives, on all their auto world cars, pit kits, track sets. I'm telling you guys, if you're looking and if you have any extra cash and you had any idea that you thought down the road you might buy some auto world car or some track, now's the time, especially if you're wanting to get some of his awesome exclusives. And if you noticed, I put one of them as the thumbnail for this video, and I put one for the members video, and I put one for the Saturday night show, all of them different, just showing off all some of the different exclusives. So if you haven't heard the news already, he's got, I think he's calling the Auto World Liquidation Liberation Sale. If someone correct me if I'm right. Hey, there's Kenton. I was just talking about you, buddy. Well, Mark, like I said, man, no, I don't. I'm here to help grow the community. And so if someone else has got a live plan, the last thing I'm going to do when it's not my normal night is spring up a live out of nowhere. And so that's why I kind of made sure that I wasn't going to be stepping on anybody's normal toes that in the HO community that was going to be doing anything. And so if there is somebody that I did miss, I apologize. That's not my intent. I wasn't able to make a video on Wednesday because I still had no consistent internet. And I didn't want to do it Thursday night because, like I said, I'm not here to step on other people's live streams and shows. And so Friday night was the first night I had available, but I knew I needed to get out there and get the word out that the giveaway that is going to start tomorrow night for sure. Members that are here on the show tonight, please join the member show tomorrow night. It's very important. You guys are going to get to pick what 2 types of prizes you want to be eligible for on the final giveaway night for the Trip into 2K giveaway that we're starting tomorrow night. So, like I said, it's out of my control on the internet, but it is my control to make sure that we get this giveaway started, get all the prizes given out, and get some more excitement generated in the HO community, because from based on what I can see on the weather, it's going to be pretty cold here for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So let's give some people that maybe haven't been in the hobby before, and they're searching YouTube, maybe they can stumble on one of our channels and we can get them hooked and join them into the community. Hey, Mike. In fact, one of the things I wanted to show off to everybody as a kind of a, hey, thanks for showing up on Friday night. Even though I'm a little earlier than the planned start time, the new house of HO Racing stickers came in, and Mike, Mr. G Bud there, thank you again, sir, for your support. And the first thing I want to do, besides after saying thank you to everybody for your support, and thank you to Mike for his little segment here, right here, he had requested some smaller stickers so that he could maybe put them on some parts of his diorama and stuff. And I was already one step ahead of him. And if you remember back whenever, I guess it's been 3 weeks ago, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for my stickers. Well, guess what finally came in? So now I actually have 3 different sizes. So we have the large, what I call now the medium, and now we have the smalls. And on Mike's last purchase, he requested the small ones. I didn't have them, but I told him I'd mail them out just as soon as I got them. Well, yours are in the mail, my friend. And so with any luck, here within the next 2 weeks, you should be receiving your new stickers. Hey, thank you, Adam. Oh, and everybody, if you could, if you are here live, and even if you watch this later, give Adam a big round of applause and thank you for his awesome support of this channel. His friendship, several people have been with me since I was I'm still a nobody, but as far as subscribers go, I was down less than 50, and these are some of the people that have been with me since like the very, very beginning of this channel over 2 years ago. And their loyalty has been unwavering. And Mike and Steffi, Adam, Patrick, Robert Fish whenever he joins in, Ted whenever he joins in, PTT especially. If it wasn't for Ryan helping me out in the very beginning, doing what he did, I would have never ran into Steffi and Mike and some of the greatest people you'd ever want to know or meet. And I can't thank them enough for their friendship and support and everything that they've done. And I've got more exciting news to tell you guys about tonight about the expansion of the channel, new things that are happening with the channel, and how close we are to actually getting rid of this piece of shit camera and having Raul with Conquest Racing. And hopefully he can join in tonight. And if he can't, no biggie. Hopefully, Raul, you get to catch this later if you're not catching it live. Thank you again for your support. Ironically, I was gifted a membership to your channel, and I'm looking forward to taking advantage of that. And we're going to be getting, Adam and I are going to be getting with you because I am really close to having a new camera, thanks to the generosity of everybody. And I'm not going to give away how close we are until tomorrow night. I got to save some of the good stuff for tomorrow night, or you'll have no reason to tune in other than to try to win something for free. Got to have the teasers. Yes, there's my Jack. There you go. See what I'm talking about? Jack has been with me that long. He was my very first winner. And one of the things that I have taken the liberty to do is just to show and prove. I know I don't have to prove anything to anybody, but it's always nice when people don't see what I see to show them what I say is the actual truth. And what I have done is I have added up the cost of every single car and every single pit kit and anything that I've given away on this channel. And tomorrow night, I'm going to give you that grand total of how much your stuff helping this channel has been given right back to you. And the amount is going to blow you away. It blew me away. I'll tell you that much. And that just reinforces, because like I said, I can't do this without your participation and your help. Bottom line. I live on a razor thin budget. You know, if you've ever seen those commercials where they say they cut the food so thin that your in-laws won't come back to visit, you know, that's my budget. So when I say everything that you guys give me, or you purchase a car, or whatever, and it comes back, when you hear that total tomorrow night, it's going to blow you away, and understand that that's how much money this channel has generated. And that's how much it's been given back to everybody that subscribed and participated. So thank you. I know the total, and I'm smiling. It's giving me goosebumps again, because I did it twice, because I had to, I had to re-add it up because I couldn't believe it. Because I knew that I personally could not afford to do that out of my wallet. So I knew exactly where that money came from. So it's the support of the awesome people in this community, the people that step up and buy cars, join the channel, purchase cars, just anything that anybody does. And so that's where that money came from. And like I said, if you're able to tune in tomorrow night live and hear that total, it'll blow you away. If you can't join tomorrow night, you've got to watch it and find out, because trust me, it will melt your brain when you find out how much money and value in cars and stuff that I've given away on this channel, based on what people have given to the channel for me to be able to do that. So as a direct result, you're going to get to see and hear the totals of all of your guys' generosity. So thank you again. I know it, and that's why I'm smiling, and that's why I keep saying thank you, because it's going to blow you away. We auction off the old camera. No, actually, Mayor, since this one has such a hard time, whenever I'm focusing on trying to get stuff close to the camera and stuff, and sometimes it clicks and makes noises, and it's a brand, well, I guess it's a year and a half, 2 years old now, but it's going to be the one that's going to be fixed on the TV for the timing system. And then the new camera is going to be one for the use for the lives. And then I'm going to move it around the track. So you'll have different views of the track while we're racing, or while I'm testing a car. So I'll be able to have a split screen. So you'll be able to see one camera that shows the lap times and what lane. And then on the other one, you'll be able to see the car going around the track and kind of get an idea of, what's going on. So, hey, Mikey, man, there's my friends again. And so, like I said, I can't give away everything, but there is something I do want to give away tonight. And this is a big thank you to Steffi and Mike once again. Like I said, she was a winner also. And if you guys don't remember, she won the Viper. And that's how I got introduced to Mike. And they've been loyal friends for over 2 years. And I thank them for their friendship all the time, too, because I know I say it all the time, guys, but I'm as loyal as your best dog. When you earn my friendship, it is there. You need something, it's there. If I can give it to you, it's there. And so I'm kind of one of those people that latches on to other people whenever I make a connection. So they've been with me a long time. Steffi reached out to me and said, we've got to get you out. And so she volunteered to help me with getting on some more social platforms. So now, if you are watching this channel and you are already on the app formerly known as Twitter, it's now known as X, you can now follow Scott's House of HO Racing. And periodically, Steffi will be posting new stuff on that channel that you may not see on the YouTube side. So everyone give her and Mike a big round of applause, and thank you for their help on doing that, because as you guys know, I have a hard time making videos, let alone trying to share stuff over social media platforms and everything else. And if you've been to my Facebook page, you see that the only thing I really know how to share is whenever I'm sharing my videos off of YouTube, because it's really easy. You hit share and you hit Facebook, and then it says say something about your post, and then post. So yeah. We're all you have to do to follow Scott's House of HO Racing. That is the title on X. The channel is officially on X. We're moving on up. If like most of you are, you're old enough to remember the Jeffersons. Well, we're moving on up. We're expanding our horizons. So hopefully we're going to reach some new people that happen to stumble across something that gets posted, and we can draw some more into the community that way. And more big news is she's going to help me set up an Instagram account, which I have nothing to know about. And so you'll be able to find us on X, Instagram, YouTube. And if you Google me, you can find my business and contact me directly via email or my phone, as always, or through YouTube, either way. So anyway, you want to reach out to me and talk about HO slot cars, reach out, and I'll be happy to help if I can. And if I don't know the answer, I'll point you in the right direction. Hey, cool. Thank you, man. Hey, Rich, there you are, money. Man, I've been trying to watch your video all day. And Rich is, if you guys haven't been checking it out, he's been pumping out his Tyco Tuesdays and his non-Tyco Tuesdays. And he just put one out this morning. Regrettably, though, you had some stiff competition with PTT. And I had to try to take advantage of those sales, which I did. So you got to tune in tomorrow night to figure out maybe a little hint on one of the prizes, the 20 different prizes that subscribers of this channel are going to be eligible for, and members of the channel. So if you want to join before the last giveaway night, members are going to get their own special two, and they're actually going to get to pick the two prizes that they want to try to win. So you guys, if you do want to join a membership, you'll get your chance at a special two prizes separate from everybody else as a subscriber. But if you don't want to join and you don't want to pay anything, that's fine too, because with your subscription, you've helped the channel. And by helping the channel, this is what the channel gets back to you by giving the giveaway. So you'll be eligible for 20 different prizes, 5 prizes given away for the next month. And on the last week, we'll be giving away the 2 extra prizes for the members. And we've got some really, really kick-ass stuff to give away, guys. I'm just telling you straight up. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Yeah, thank you, kid. And I appreciate that, man. And here's an open call out. I reposted his thing on my community channel, so I understand. I only see a few thumbs up on that, and it doesn't really tell me who looks at my community pages that I can find on YouTube yet. So I apologize if it does and I can't tell. But I shared it last night, and I do that because he has offered an awesome forum for people to don't want to start their own YouTube channel per se, and don't want to deal with all the filming and the editing and all the stuff that I complain about. And he offers you the chance to hop on his channel and show off your stuff. And I know a few people that have done that. And that's why I keep shoving that out there to everybody to try to join in. And if you don't want to do your own channel, man, there's your chance. Speaking of channels, man, G-Bud, Mike here, go to GBud14. He has been kicking out shorts of his collection. Guys, I am telling you what, I have seen cars that I wish I had. He asked me which ones I liked. There's a list too long for me to type, my friend. You have got some kick-ass cars. Bottom line, kick-ass cars. And thank you for putting out those videos, even if they're shorts, so we can all get a chance to see that stuff. And speaking of seeing stuff, I know I'm spitting a lot of stuff out, but I haven't seen you guys in over a week, going on 2 weeks. And I've been noticing a lot of things, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of it too. Bob at the Electric Avenue, he actually purchased an old Aurora pit kit. And I've actually used some of those. I've got 2 of them that I use for parts only. They're just because they got the little segments. The trays are actually made for T-Jets. So these bigger scale cars really don't work that well in them, in my opinion. And so I just use them for parts. But the one he got came with a screecher. And it's an AFX screecher. And if you're not familiar with what a screecher is, they weren't made that long. They don't. It's like the old Tycos where the front end would pivot separate than the chassis itself. Okay, so that's why it would screech around the corner, because the whole idea is they wanted to be able to have you drift with the car. Well, all that stuff, like I said, it sounds good in theory, but it just never works because the scale's too small and the cars are too fast. My dog keeps hitting the camera. It's not it screwing up. Sorry about that. He's wanting in my lap. He just had dinner. But anyway, he just put out a great video, and he actually gets one of those bad boys out and he runs it on his track. And I commented on his video that I'm glad that he did that, because I've got 2 of them that are brand new from like 1974, and they're still brand new in the package. And ironically, I still have 1 of each of the pit kits that are still brand new sealed, that I actually purchased from ProTinkerToys.com whenever he had some of that inventory. And I got 1 of each. I got the one like Bob has in his video with the flames, and I also have the one with the police car. And I'll have those dug out for tomorrow night so that you can see what I mentioned on his. Mine are still in the plastic. And he commented back, "Get it out of the plastic and race it, have some fun." I can't do that. I just can't do. Thank you for tempting me, Bob. You're like a Slotcar League of Champions. He tempts me all the time to break out cars, but I just can't do it on those. They've been sealed since 1974. And, granted, I would smile and laugh and have a lot of fun with them. But then after I put it back on the shelf, then I'd realize, oh my God, yeah. So, but anyway, you got to check out that video. Good stuff. Yeah. Shift into high. Yeah. Scott has Scott. Yes, I do. Okay. Now I am going to, like I said, I'm saving a lot of sneak peek stuff for the members show tomorrow night, but everybody that shows up live tomorrow night will be able to see a little sampling of what I was talking about as far as maybe some of the prizes that are possible to win. I am not going to show you what each night you're going to be eligible to win, but I am going to tell you that every night that I give away something on Saturday night for the next 4 weeks, if the internet holds true, everybody cross their fingers, it'll be valued at over $100. So in the next month, at least once every Saturday, the giveaway, those 5 things will be valued, retail value or purchase price value, however it works out to be, at least $100 a night. And the last night will be well over $100. So you definitely want to subscribe. You definitely want to watch, and you definitely want to try to win. Trust me, there is not one dog winner package in the whole deal, in my opinion. And best of all, it's free just for subscribing. And hey, all you have to do is watch and try to win. I mean, it's that easy. So thank you for your support. And like I said, without your support, I couldn't have bought these gifts to give back to you guys. So I'm excited to give them away and give them back because I think you guys are going to like them. Sealed and Chef Queens. Yes, sir. Yeah, he knows me well. Mr. By the Beach there has quite the impressive collection of cars. He sent me a few pictures of them, and just wow. I mean, yeah, my jaw drops. It's just nice to know I'm not the only person that buys a lot of cars and doesn't open them. I'll leave it right there. It's just nice to know I'm not the only one. Yeah, it's on the sales on the PTT website. In fact, I think he's got a big banner going across the top. When I spoke to Brian today on the phone and reinforced my support for his shop and thanking him for his support of the community, I invited him to join in live tomorrow night. And if you were watching live today, he said he was going to try to. And as always, I invite his sons to try to join in too, because I know that the people that view my channel enjoy hearing from those guys when they're not behind the camera for a change. And I know they enjoy participating when they're not the ones having to create the entertainment, so to speak, and just to join in and watch. So hopefully they'll be able to join in tomorrow night. And like I said, I told him when I was on the phone that him and his son and his store were a big help to my channel. And I don't forget that. And I help the people that help me. And right now we can all help him by just, if you have the spare change to just go buy one car, that's helping. Trust me, that's like helping me in any way, shape, or form. It helps him too. So now's the time to do it. If you're frugal with the money, or you're like me, you have a really thin budget, now's the time to go to PTT and just buy a car and help support the hobby if you can. And if you can't, I completely understand. And that's why you need to tune in tomorrow night to try to win something for free. Thou shalt not shall queen, says the Lord. Hey, Ken, just to show you, man, I wasn't kidding when I told you I had, he was running his Audis last night. And he has some really cool modified ones. And I wish I had the budget to get into people's customs like he does. And you really, if you haven't checked out his channel, even if you don't want to participate in the live stream and, show off your stuff, you want to check out his collection. And when he does the comparisons of cars, because he has a lot of kick-ass custom built cars. And he was running his Audis last night. And I was telling him, I have a runner and it's a Mega G, just like you. And I was telling him that I love it. It's fast. It handles great, but it's hard as hell to see because it's black. And here, yeah, let me get a piece of track and I'll show you how hard this thing. Yeah, so if this thing's going around the track full song, about the only thing you're seeing is that yellow dot. And with my track, I can go wide open. So it's hard to see this car. So it didn't gut race that much because my poor old eyes really can't keep up with it that well. So, but anyway, man, no, you need to check out his live if you didn't last night and watch the replay. And you can see, man, mine's got some damage. See, the wing's been broke. I've had to re-glue stuff on. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's a racer. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So the story behind how, I'll tell you how this one became a racer and why there's another one on the wall. When I ordered this car brand new back in 2016, it was delivered to me and the wing was already broken off. And I called the store that I purchased it from and they warrantied it. And I asked them to send me a label to send it back. And they said, no, keep it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I glued the wing back on and turned it into a racer, and the other one's hanging on the wall that they replaced it with. So I've been buying from that particular store for 7 years now. You can't beat service like that, and that's why I promote PTT, because if you follow the channel, you know that there's been a couple orders that have been messed up, and they immediately reach out and they immediately fix it. And so that's why I support the people that support the hobby. You know, they don't start beating you over the pole to try to do something. They just fix it. And that's what this company did. So that's how that turned into a runner. And that's why I have a very expensive car as a runner, because at the time it wasn't that expensive, $30. That's what I bought this car for, $30. Now you can't touch them for like 80 to 100. It's stupid. Yeah, see? Yeah, it's hell getting old. Yeah, trust me. Yeah, look at my clothes, man. Okay, so right now it's like below zero wind chill out there. So if you can't tell, I'm layered up. I'm like an onion right now. I was throwing on anything I could. Okay, I'm trying to get. Hey, James. Sorry, man. I missed you. Kevlar 63. Man, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Sorry. The auction tomorrow night. Yeah, see, G Bud donated to help out the channel. And you're not going to be able to see what he donated to help out the channel as a way. He made me an offer, and I offered back, and he insisted on his offer, and so we're going to do that. And if you're curious on what he donated to try to help out the channel and how you may have a chance to get it, you need to watch tomorrow night. Like I said, I am really trying to get the views up because I want more people that are subscribers to the channel to try to watch live, because I am only going to give away these gifts to live people. All 20 of them. You will have to be live. I want to reward the people that show up and support the channel, because it's one thing to subscribe, but it's another thing to take time out of your day or night and join in and participate with the channel. And that is what helps grow the channel more than just subscribing. So it's a combination of everything. And for me, I really want to reward the people that show up every night, help out on the chat, help out on the channel, whatever the case may be, because I'll say it like I've always said it. If you want to go back to my very first videos, this isn't my channel. This is our channel. And that's the way I want anybody that has a channel or doesn't have a channel to view it, is that this is a place where I can go and share ideas, get ideas, whatever the case may be. If it's about HO and HO slot cars, you're on the right channel. That's just all I got to say. Let's see. the huge discounts, Mayor, if you're a member of the Pro Tinker Toys Club, you'll still get your 10% off. So you can enter your discount code at the checkout, and that's what I did. And the discount over covered the shipping and got me another discount on the cars that I purchased. Um, I'm telling you guys, you cannot beat the deals that he has got for his exclusives right now. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm literally, I had to break out the plastic. Let's just put it that way. I don't break out the plastic except for emergencies. And I was like, when is this ever going to happen again? He needs help. I got room on the card. This is an emergency. Let's get it done. You know, I've already budgeted the money to get the motor for the Mustang completed. So that goes in the mail tomorrow since today was payday. And so hopefully here in about 3 weeks, you can hear good news about me taking pictures and showing off the new motor. And it's going to go into the Mustang this spring. But yeah, it's a great sale. If it's going to make me break out the plastic, that ought to tell you something, because that thing is locked away for emergencies only. And I was like, well, this isn't technically an emergency, but when a friend's in need, you do what you got to do. And I know he doesn't really need the money, but he wants the support. And if I can give it, I'm going to give it. So. Hey, Richie. No, I can't, man. I just can't afford it. I love HO so much. There are so many cars that I want to add to the collection, try to show people that are out there that may not even know that they're out there if they don't have a Tyco Bible or Aurora book to look at. Because I see cars all the time that I didn't know about. And like I mentioned on one of the shows, I am going to get out what they call Tyco Zero cars. And if you've watched the show, if you watch Rich's Slotcar Room and several other channels that maybe spotlight Tyco's chassis, the scale rating is 5-1 on collectability. And then 0 is they don't even know if it was made. They know it was made, but they don't know if it was made in enough mass production to be sold. Well, like everything that was made over there, every so often a warehouse is found and they find stuff that was never shipped over here because Mattel decided they didn't want to distribute it, or Tyco decided they didn't want to distribute it, or they just lost the licensing, or whatever the case may be. And so some of those bodies that are made for those cars are called Zeros. And those are some of the hardest, rarest, most valuable, honestly, to have as a Tyco collector, because there are so few of them that you don't have to worry about them being stamped out like a lot of the cars. So it's pretty cool. I'll do a video, or actually I'll just get them all out of my cases and stuff, and I'll just show you the Zeros that I have. And then hopefully others will share theirs too, because those are some of the rarest Tycos that you're ever going to see, and or even know that they were out there. And some of them I didn't even know they were out there until I just stumbled upon them, or I found them in the Tyco Bible and I was like, huh, I think I saw that car for sale. Yeah, see, Mike. Yeah, no, and that's what a lot of these Zero cars are. As an example, if you do have the Tyco Bible, if you scroll to the back and they've got all those chrome NASCAR cars, I believe there's 4 of them. That's the perfect example. They say those are Zero cars. They don't know if they were produced. Well, I can promise you, all 4 of those were produced. Hey, Ed. PTT Auto World let them know this week that unless they paid off their balance that they owed, that they weren't going to ship them any more product. Well, if you don't know, as a business owner, if you're not getting in new product when it gets released, you're going to get kind of left behind on the 8 ball. So rather than just take the time to pay off said owed money to Auto World, he just wants to hurry up and slam it and get it done. So that way he can start ordering Auto World inventory of the newer stuff or the new releases that come out. And so it's not like he's financially in trouble. He just wants to be able to clear his balance with Auto World to 0 so that they will send him new product. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all want access to new product. He's all given us that access. He's given us exclusives with his relationship with Auto World. So if we can help him out by buying some of those Auto World cars and getting rid of some of his Auto World inventory so that he can buy some new stuff from them, I'm all for it. And I'm going to try to help push it forward. And the best part is he's offered that discount on his exclusives, on track sets. Some of them are $100, some are $125. I know some of them are already completely sold out. I told a buddy today, if I didn't have to send the money to pay off my motor today, that I would have spent every last dollar of that on buying stuff from that sale. That's how good those sales were. And if you follow my channel, you know I'm not a big Auto World fan on a lot of things, but I give them 100% credit on their bodies and their liveries and their attention to details on their cars. Exquisite stuff, a lot of them are. Some of them, like all manufactured stuff, have their flaws, but for the most part, they have some really awesome looking cars. And if you're willing to tweak them a little bit, they'll run. But like in my case, I don't have the time to tweak with them to make them run. So I just use the body with another chassis. And that way I have a hauling ass, good looking chassis car. Yeah, it costs me a little more, but I get the best of both worlds and puts a smile on my face. See, I'm smiling just talking about it. An old Hugo. Yeah, nice. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? Yeah. Oh, man, guys. Yeah, that's awesome. See, that's why I do this channel. A lot of people have met each other just from this hobby through YouTube and made some awesome connections. I have friends all over the world that I would have never known if it wasn't for this hobby. It's an awesome hobby, guys. And that's why I'm trying, and I have been trying to get the word out just to try to get people to get a damn controller in their hand. How many times have I said, just get a controller in their hand, get them in front of a track, and I guarantee you, if they like cars at all, they're going to smile and have fun, and you've got another one hooked. It's just that simple. Oh, yeah, Ed, definitely. See, and there's several people talking. I know where they're at. They're in Florida, and Florida, Mark Slotcar Garage. There's another channel that I'm going to pump everybody that's in the channel tonight because, like I said, this is just kind of a reminder to tell everybody to show up for tomorrow night. So there was no real script. There's no other than just to show off a few little things and tease you with some stuff to try to get you to show up tomorrow night. And so try to use this to help other people out if I can. And Mark has put out some really good videos, and I still haven't been able to catch up with, like I said, I've only had internet for going on 2 days now, consistent, where I can actually watch something. I couldn't even get shorts to load on YouTube. It would just circle and then go a little bit and then circle. And yeah, I was done. And that was with my phone. I only have like one and a half bar. Anyway, he did a video on bass controllers that I still haven't been able to check out, but I highly suggest if you haven't checked out Mark Slot Car Garage lately, go by and check that out. And another reason you want to is because he's going to have a giveaway coming up, and you don't want to miss out the details when he gives those out. So be sure and check out Mark. Good guy, good channel, good information. I learn something from him every time. And another channel I'm going to push right now is Matt with Patriot Hobbies. Dude, you put out more history on slot cars that I have never even heard of. I can't begin to thank you enough, man. I learned more about this hobby and the people that help get it where it's at and take it off watching your videos than anybody else's. Thank you for doing that. And I know personally it takes a lot of time to just do the videos, but you do the research too. Awesome stuff. If you're wanting some history on some of the most influential people in the HO hobby or just slot cars in general, got to go check out Patriot Hobbies and just listen to Matt narrate on some of the history of that stuff. Awesome stuff, guys. And Matt, keep it up, buddy. Love it. Hey, Mark, pumping your channel, buddy. Yeah, see, Mike, everybody has their own thing. And I know on good authority that Mike and Steffi are going to have a channel here real soon, and we'll need to all support them too, one way or another. And we're going to get live streams going and sharing channels. And I have seen some of the stuff that Mike has built. That's what I love about this hobby, guys. Everybody looks at it from a different angle, and he builds some of the most outrageous tracks. Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff he's built. I can't wait to see what he does build whenever he has his own channel, and it's going to have trains and cars, and it's going to be good stuff. So I can't wait to see it. And so whenever it's out there, trust me, it's going to be another one you're going to want to subscribe to, and make sure you hit the bell and reminder that every time a new video pops out, because he's going to have some good content. Trust me. Cool. I'm just catching up. Sorry. Hey, man. No, thank you. Trust me. I literally, okay, so just as I know you guys hear me bitch about this all the time, but it's still funny. The little video that I did last Wednesday night, and because obviously I couldn't do anything this Wednesday, that had the little animation and the voice and that less than 1 minute video took me 3 hours to make. Now I know someone that knows how to cut, clip, edit, do all that stuff could just blow me away. I get that. I'm not saying that it couldn't be done quicker. I'm just saying that's how long that little itty bitty video took me, was 3 hours. And some of his videos go for 10 or 15 minutes. And I couldn't imagine the time that it would take me to try to sit there and do that. So awesome stuff, guy. Matt, just keep pumping it out, buddy. That you make awesome content. Yeah, no, Rich. Yeah, Rich took the easy button. If you haven't checked out Rich's, I can't remember which one you did, buddy. I apologize, but he did mention that um, his issues were editing are like mine; they suck. And so, long story short, all he does now is he just pauses his camera and then sets it up for the next shot, which is a good idea if you don't want to do all that. I do that with my camera, but then the computer that I use to do recordings, like if I was recording this right now, if I do that, it starts mixing up my voice. So my voice will do this and you'll hear it another way. I look like a bad Chinese movie. And it's bad enough watching me, let alone seeing my mouth move and then different stuff come out. So Don, I'm right there with you, man. Everyone says, first thing my mom said when she saw the things was like, oh my God. She goes, what are you going to do with all these cars? She goes, do you really need all these? And I was like, Mom, I don't need them. I want them. And the thing is, I want more. Kung Fu Flicks, yes. That's it. I'm going to kick you now. See? Yeah. Yeah, Don. No, I'm with you, man. No. I like whenever we do the stuff of the race, and if I can convince one of the guys to get in front of the camera, I'll quiz them, and just they can back me up on everything that I'm getting ready to tell you. Is when I first set up this track at the old place, when Scott's House of HO Racing started, I told those guys, quote me on this, I'm not going to collect cars unless I can race them. I'm not into collecting, I'm into racing. Be careful what you say. Because once you start, it's an addiction. Because you see another cool car that you saw from your childhood, or you didn't even know existed, or it's a part of another collection. And if you're like me, I like complete collections of stuff. I don't just want one of this or one from collection one. I want the whole thing. If there's 4 cars, I want 4 cars from that collection. That's just my anal thing. And when you start going down Scott's rabbit hole, this is what happens. Yeah. Uh, yep. Yep. Stores by by the beach. I love the way you think, my friend. That is so awesome. He's helping out another business by purchasing storage containers that they have on sale so they can reduce their inventory, so that he has a place that he can use those for his newly purchased slot cars. So he's helping out two different businesses all at the same time. That is awesome. That is awesome. I love that. Oh my God. You guys are, see, this is what I meant every single week. This is the, like I said, I mean, a lot of good things happen to you all week long, but you always look forward to certain things. And when I get to interact with the people on my channel, this is genuine. This is why I do this, because of the interaction with everybody. This is awesome. We're talking slot cars. We're having fun. Yeah, this is the whole thing behind this channel. And I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am, because this is a great way to have a little Friday night fun. Hey, Nanya, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your support. Yes, and definitely stop in tomorrow night, and please try to enter to try to win something. I want to give back to everybody that helps the channel. Have a good night, my friends. Stay warm. Yeah. Yeah. More joy. Okay, so by the beach, ironically that you say that, because of my sister's unfortunate situation, we're, if you haven't kept up, and I don't talk about it a lot, but she's no longer going to be able to care for herself. So she's going to be in assisted living from here on out, which is, it just sucks. Like I said, I'm not going to go into it. But we had to, I'm helping my parents clean out her house so that they can sell it. And my mother had given her a display case. Of, you know, it's got the glass shelves and the mirrors behind it and all that stuff. And she goes, well, I gave this to my sister, and she's not going to need it anymore. Do you want it, or do you want me to try to sell it? And I looked at that for a second, and I was like, first thing that went into my brain wasn't plates, wasn't mugs, wasn't anything. I was like, you know what? I got some slot car stuff that I can't put on the walls or on shelves because of what it is. I said, that'd be great for it. So when I see the jeweler's case thing, and some of your pictures is exactly those display cases, what I'm talking about. They're little like 2 foot wide ones that are like 6 foot tall that have glass shelves in them. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to have some of that. Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, one of those clowns. Is that what that's called? A curiosity? I don't even know what the freak they're called. Guys, I'm about as a base as you can get. You know, I just know what I think I need to know, and I don't really, I stay in my lane. You know, when it comes to, if someone wants to start talking about furniture and style, I just say, I don't know if I like it or not. You know, I'm saying, I couldn't tell you if it's French or Old English or, you know, zero knowledge. Yeah, lights on each level. Yeah, I guess that's what they're called. I don't know. You know, I thought it was a display something or another, but you know, that's Scott's layman verbiage. I don't know. All I know is it's going to go in the kitchen next to the China hutch that has no China in it, that has Slotcar stuff displayed in it. So it's going to look like an extension of that. That's what it's going to look like. See, Rich, that's boom, buddy. That's one of the things I'm going to be putting in there. If you guys remember from watching my channel, and I'll show it before I put it in there, I have my original Tyco HO train set from 1976. Still have it. Still have it, the track, the power unit, got it all. Just like I had my first ever car. And so, yes, that's going to go on display in there. I have one of the limited edition chrome turbo trains that Tyco came out with. It's still in the box that's going to go in there. I'll show that off. Mark, if you're still on here, buddy, I'm still waiting for you to put a Viper chassis underneath those trains and get them on your track. I want to see those things really haul the mail. 100% bachelor. Yep. Steph, you guys are nailing me too. I mean, you obviously watch the channel because you know me quite well. The other night, I guess it's been over a month ago, a buddy of mine that races over here brought a guy over to see if he might be interested in racing. And I told him, I was like, well, you know, I'm a little embarrassed because the house is still looks like a bomb went off because I've only been really working on my slot car room. And I said, if a woman came over here that I was, ever trying to impress, she would immediately turn around and leave because she would think I was the 40-year-old virgin like Steve Carell. Oh yeah, you need the Tyco clip. Yeah. Hey, if that's all it takes, man, I got a couple of them. I'll send them to you. It's no big deal. I want to see those trains on your track. 50-year-old. Oh, is that what it is? 50-year-old virgin? I thought it was 40-year-old virgin. I'm no virgin, but you know, that's what it reminded me of whenever she walked into his house and he had all those action figures everywhere. Well, I don't have action figures, but you know, I have a room literally from a foot and a half off the floor to the ceiling of slot cars on every wall. Yeah. I agree, Mike, 100%. That's why I know this sounds crazy, guys, but I have over 1,000 die-cast cars from Johnny Lightning, Action, Revell, Racing Collectibles. I mean, you just winning Racing Champions. I mean, I've got so many different. I've got over 1,000 die-cast cars brand new in the package. And that's why I quit collecting those and got into slot cars, because I got tired of just looking at them. I wanted to play. And, you know, running down a Hot Wheel track and making tracks, that's all cool and shit. But actually doing this is a lot more fun. So I still have all those. I still have them in some of I participated in the By the Beaches Home Depot, helped them with their tote sale. And I have them in totes covered up out in the garage. Oh yeah, no, I tell everybody that's that was my introduction drug, as they call it, your gateway drug. Yeah, that's what they call it. Hot Wheels was my gateway drug. Whenever I was a little kid, I can remember to this day, all I would ask for is Hot Wheels. And I mean, birthday, Christmas, Easter, and we all know how cheap Hot Wheels are, and we all know the relatives. You know, if they're wanting to buy a gift and they hear Hot Wheels, they're like, well, hell, I'll spend $5 and get him 5 Hot Wheels because, you know, they're so cheap. And so, yeah, I used to have a lot of red line Hot Wheels whenever I was younger. Fast forward a few years, and regrettably, unfortunately, my sister, out of a fit of anger, decided that burning them all would be kind of cool. So I don't have any of my original Hot Wheels, and that's why I started collecting them again. Hot Wheels to Sizzlers to AFX. Yeah, no, see, I caught that on here. See, I skipped the Sizzlers and went straight to the slot car tracks. And ironically, if you guys haven't heard the story, I'll tell it again. I was watching TV. We were at my aunt and uncle's house, and a Tyco slot car track commercial came on. And this is Thanksgiving 1974. I remember. I remember because I was sitting there and I said, I want one of those for Christmas. And they're like, what? You don't want more Hot Wheels? And I was like, no, those move. Santa, fortunately, brought me my first Tyco set for Christmas in 1974. It was a figure 8, and it came with the Tyco Pro that I have up in there, a Chaparral number 66. And it came with 2 controllers, the old plunger controllers, and 1 car. And so in 1974, literally on Thanksgiving is when my brain went from Hot Wheels to slot cars, and it didn't go back until I started collecting Hot Wheels back in the day. And then I decided, hey, let's get into slot cars after I talked to some friends. Skyler's Angel sing. Yeah, see, Rich, I remember you talking about that on yours. Yeah, see, my parents, and I asked them about this once I got in there. I was like, why did you get me the set with only 1 car? And they were like, well, you liked Hot Wheels so much, we weren't sure you were going to like it. And we didn't want to spend a lot of money on a slot car because those things were more expensive than your Hot Wheels. So it was a test. And then when they found out that I liked it, then that's when on my birthday in April, I got them. I got them for Christmas from then on. You know what I'm saying? I got at least 1 or 2 cars up until the time I got into high school. And then things changed. I wanted to be able to drive the car and take girls out and do stuff like that. So, like every guy, your interests change. April 24th. Adam's got April 24th, Steffi. Adam's got a good question there, and this is just my personal opinion. I don't like hearing them calling in debt that was agreed to before the debt was supposed to be paid off, and they're not putting out new product. That scares me. And if you're in the HO hobby at all, it should scare you too, to some degree. Even if you don't really like Auto World or care for them, they are a huge, huge part of this community right now. If it was just Race Masters alone, the hobby would shrink again. I promise you. I promise you. So it's imperative that if you like Auto World in any way, even if you just like their bodies and you can buy a Terry from Hardin Creek Super 7 chassis and buy an AFX clip like I do and put them underneath that just to help support Auto World and show that's a viable part of their company, I would suggest doing it because I don't like what I see from what I've seen and heard about the new management. And I'm knowing that slot cars is such a small portion of their overall business model and profit, that scares me even more because that's the very thing that got Mattel out of slot cars. If you remember when Brian was on my show on the live feed, he mentioned, and I repeat this to everybody, the last year Mattel made cars, Hot Wheels electric racing based off the Tyco 440 X2s, and they were thinking about doing the X3s, the new upgrade with Neo magnets, in case you didn't know, and I have some of those I can show you. But anyway, they only made $9 million that year, and that wasn't enough, so they cut it. 9 million to me and you is a lot, but when you're selling Barbie and said die-cast Hot Wheels, and they're in the hundreds of millions of dollars of profit, and you've got another segment that's only making less than 10% of those other two, then to them, it's not a viable option to keep producing it because they don't see what they want to see, which is the dollars. So as much as I dog on Auto World for some things, I praise them for others. And I have always praised them for the way their bodies look, the accuracy and the detail. And I love the 4-gear cars. I actually run the drag strip whenever I have my drag strip cars. I run and race them and just clean them up and putting some tires on them. And they're just fine for what that is. But you've got to support the people that are supporting the hobby, or the hobby will shrink again. It's just that's what I think. I don't like what new management's doing. When you call in debt like that, you're wanting to see actually what profit margin that segment of your business is actually producing. And that's what these new owners are doing. Yeah, see, Mike, no, I haven't heard that either. I think by the beach, I think it's more their model kits that are their big money maker. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's all their model kits and some of their other stuff that is actually their. I don't know for a fact. I'm just going off of what Brian said on his stream and stuff like that. And if it's coming to him and he's spitting it out from Auto World, that's as close as I'm going to get to being into any of those, special meetings. But like I said, it's whether you, like I said, if you really support Auto World or not. Now is actually the time to try to invest in some Auto World to show the new ownership that it's a viable part of the company that they need to keep supporting. Because if you follow round 2, parent company, this month's show for new releases had 0 slot cars, nothing, no tracks, no cars, no kits, no nothing. So. Yeah, see, I'm waiting to hear more about that. We'll see. No drama slots. Actually, it's still not a bad thing to be an HO. And the reason why I say that is because a gentleman, and what Mike is referring to in the chat, a gentleman that was on PTT's website on one of their live streams. I cannot remember his name, but I even called him out on it. And it was his understanding that an investor from Japan went to Race Masters and asked them if they wanted to partner up because he wanted to bring slot cars back into retail department stores like Walmart, Target, as an example. And Race Masters said no, they were happy with their market share and they declined his offer to merge or for him to become a partner with them. And Auto World didn't want anything to do with it. So he decided, from what this guy said on the PTT live stream, that he was going to create his own 1/64th HO scale cars and tracks, and that he had already signed a contract with Walmart and Target, and that those cars and tracks were supposed to be hitting the U.S. market first quarter of this year. Okay, so there's a lot of things that raise red flags about that whole little gig. But as anybody in the HO community knows, any ray of light you're going to try to chase. And I've Google searched and I can't find anything to back up what that gentleman said. I'm not going to call him a liar. I'm just saying I haven't seen it, but I hope it's true. I really do. I hope it's true. Yeah, 2 guys in the garage. Well, you'd think. Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. I love their product, obviously. I mean, that's Tycos and AFX are my 2 go-tos as far as collector goes. And if you followed me for any length of time, I love the GT40s. I love the Audis. I love the Cobras. I love their Indy cars. I'm just a big AFX fan. I just wish they would put out more stuff. Like, this month they got the new white Shelby, which I'm going to try to put another little video together. I was hoping they'd have more than one car. So it'll be another short video, but I'll put out another video of the new Shelby GT350 that they came out with. And if you remember, whenever I was showing off the competition pack, I said, whenever I mentioned about the blue one, I don't have mine out here, that I wish they would come out with a white GT350 with the blue stripe, and voila. It's almost like they watched the show and heard me say that. Oh yeah, no, that's the thing too. That's why I think that if another manufacturer came into the market and they raised the quality level, then the other companies would have to. And then I honestly believe that if you got it into major retailers besides Dollar General, and that they would put it in their flyers and put it on sale and put it in a commercial and get it in front of more kids, then they could sell more sets. And if you're selling more sets, then you're going to generate more interest to produce more stuff from other companies. So it can go either way. But my hope is that if that green light company does do that, that they do succeed to the point to where it makes Mattel take notice and they revive the Tyco series. I couldn't imagine having 4 individual slot car manufacturers to choose from for new cars, parts, and new ideas and stuff like that. You'd have AFX, you'd have Auto World, you'd have Mattel, and you'd have this new green light. That would be awesome. Right now we have 2, and if Auto World keeps doing what they're doing, we'll have 1. So we really need Auto World to stick around. It'd really be cool if that green light did their thing. It'd be really cool if they were successful. If they're successful, Mattel gets in it. Mattel makes everybody pick up their game because they don't put up a bullshit for no quality returns. They make sure their shit runs. I can't count how many cars of Tycos, brand new in the package, that are over 30 or 40 years old and run like brand new. So that's how good their quality control is. AFX is half a cup. Nice. Well, they put out about half as many cars as anybody. See, I think that's what they did. I told somebody the other day, I may have mentioned it on one of my live streams too, that I honestly wish that they would just put another ½ inch on the track and just, or 1 inch actually, put a ½ inch of it in the middle to separate the lanes and another 1/4 inch on either side. So you have a full 1 inch. So a ½ inch in the middle to separate the cars, another ½ inch on either side, or 1/4 inch on either side, so they have some room to slide a little bit. Man, that'd be awesome. I think he would, except his Super 7s are kicking it right now, and so yeah, I don't know. I think he would have done it if it was already a thing, if it was something that he thought was going to take off, because Terry's what I consider a forward thinking guy. He's always looking ahead instead of living where he's at as far as the hobby goes. Exactly. There you go, Mark. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That would be perfect in my opinion. I mean, like I said, this track was made for T-Jets. That's what this was made for. T-Jets. And it hadn't changed. Tyco is the same width. The only difference is the lane spacing. The Tycos are wider, but then you have less lane on this side, on the side track, so your car can flop off easier. And if you're like me, I don't run guardrails on my track, so the cars swing and flop off. They don't have any that little bit extra to try to hold on to. It's just go away. So if you could merge Tyco and AFX and then make a 1 inch wider track and just do what I said, man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I know. I remember him. I think I saw a video of Terry saying that now. Hey, Patrick. The red and green one is hanging up behind you. The red and green one. Good luck tomorrow, by the way, Mark. I know you said, and I completely understand while you're racing, you really don't want to concentrate on trying to film and answer questions and stuff like that. I completely get it. So you just concentrate on waiting, racing, and then do a little video and show us your trophy. Oh, the Mustangs. Yeah, yeah. Yep. No, he's not going to be live tomorrow because he's going to be racing. We were trying to talk him into it, but then when he pointed out there were three separate tracks with three separate car rules, chassis rules, and you only have like a half hour in between each race, that'd be really difficult for him to try to work on his car, tune his cars, get them ready, and then film and then be able to race. So I completely get that. I completely get that. Oh, cool. There you go. You need an assistant, Mark. Oh, crack me up. Hey, James, thank you for showing up tonight, buddy. Appreciate your support. Okay, so that's a good question, the dude. The reason why is because all HO chassis are for each manufacturer are their own set size. They don't have the flexibility manufacturing wise to pump them out in the numbers to where they can change a chassis to fit a different body. So they've kind of shoehorned themselves into two different chassis. And then they really, as far as AFX Race Masters went, and then Tyco actually used the same chassis that could be used two different ways, kind of like what Auto World does. And what I mean by that is the wheelbase length. So your bodies are proportioned based on the chassis that they're running underneath. So that's why nothing is really accurate as far as HO scale goes, because an 18 wheeler is supposed to be a lot bigger than a Viper, chassis car or Corvette or something like that. And scale wise, they're it's way off. A Fiero is supposed to be way smaller than a Corvette. And, a Corvette's supposed to be smaller than a truck, but you put them all on the same chassis. And that's the limiting factor is the chassis that the bodies are underneath. So it's kind of, that's the difference between the HO world and the larger scale. There's a lot more manufacturers, and they're willing to do limited runs of different size chassis to fit the body of the particular car that they're wanting to manufacture, where HO's just the opposite. They manufacture the bodies to fit the cars. So. Oh yeah, no, Mike. Yeah, no. That, like I said, they separated a little bit, but as far as new stuff goes, the AFX, it's either 1.5 or 1.7 chassis. The Auto World, they actually surprised me. If you remember, I got all those off roads that I was going to use on an IROC set for the track, and I found out you couldn't use those Broncos or the Jeeps because they had actually changed the chassis and made it shorter than a 1.5 wheelbase. So that's the one exception that I've seen that they've actually done that. But that's a good point. Yep, one size fits all. Yep. Yeah, that's why I love the Super 7. I mean, in fact, like this clip right here is for a Viper chassis or a Super 7 chassis, and this will clip one of their bodies, any body from a lifelike. So any lifelike body that's their wide version, I believe there's a couple of chassis series that it's limited to, the M and something. But anyway, any of those bodies will clip onto that. And then there's a Tyco clip. So I can clip on a Tyco body onto my Viper or my Super 7. In fact, I'll show you. I mean, I got the... So as an example, here's my, I got my Blazing 7 series is what it's called. And it's on the Super 7 chassis. And this is the Auto World Blazer. And it's with the AFX clip. And as another example, I have a Viper. And this is also an Auto World body with the AFX clip. So if you're not happy with having to work on your Auto World chassis, but you like the bodies like I do, then that clip allows you to do that. Now I also have a Tyco clip that I could put either one of these chassis and use this body, a wide pan. They don't make them for a narrow, but any wide, what they call wide pan 440 chassis, the clip will work for. So like I said, this is great stuff from Auto World. I mean, the detail, I don't know if the shitty camera is going to pull it up, but this car is a good looking car for what it is. It's just a shame that it's under that X-Traction chassis, but you put a Super 7 or a Viper underneath it, and then the car runs like it looks. And you can do it with these bad boys and just have some plain old fun. I mean, like I said, every time the guys come over and we race these things, we just laugh because they just barrel roll everywhere. That's the lowering clip is on the Blazers. That's how I got that Auto World to sit that low. If you notice how close the wheels are, that's a lowering clip on there. And then this is a standard height clip because these cars were already so low that a lowering clip put them on top of the tires. So you got to be careful what body you're going to be using, because if you tried to put a lowering clip on one of these bodies, you're going to be sadly disappointed. You'll need to have the standard clip. But if you've got one that already has the four-wheel drive look, like Auto World's known for, Kenton knows what I'm talking about, really high up off the wheel wells are really gapped and everything, then you'll want the lowering, and that's what this one is. So yeah, I've got the orange one too. This is, like I said, these are for IROC, and so this is obviously my blue lane, and this is my yellow lane. You want to lift? Well, Auto World does that for free. You don't have to worry about buying anything. Just buy the car. The four-wheel drive effect. Does that mean you're saying goodbye, Rich? Or are you saying pink lane to the mayor? Oh, okay. Pink. Okay, gotcha. No, I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give it away. Well, 31 of you guys. Like I said, I appreciate you showing up tonight. Had no idea that this many people would actually show up. This was more of a, hopefully people catch it before tomorrow night shows, so that everybody that is a subscriber has a little heads up that tomorrow night we're going to start the giveaway, since I wasn't able to start it last week like I wanted to. So thank you guys for showing up. I didn't expect this many people here, but I'm glad you all did, because I've been having a blast. This has been great. wow. See, there's some of that tech tip stuff that I'm talking about there. If you're wondering about the Viper tracks and stuff like that, whenever Mark Slotcar Garage was putting his together, he pointed out some things while he was doing his track that I had never even considered. One, like installing the rails, kind of like what By the Beach was talking about, and how they will pull out with too high a downforce magnet cars. And two was the shallower pin guide pin depth, and how he had to change the guide pins to a shorter guide pin on his Mega G cars, I believe, or Mega G Plus. Correct me if I'm wrong. In order to run them on the track because it was bottoming out in the pit, in the pin pit. So just this is the kind of knowledge that I didn't know that I couldn't share. That if those guys wouldn't like By the Beach wouldn't have shared the difference in the two tracks there and what they do, I would have never known that. If Mark wouldn't have shared his video about his Viper track and the obstacles that he ran into while he was assembling his, I wouldn't have known that. You know what I'm saying? So these are all things that I love about this channel and the community is the willingness to share so that everybody gets to see. So everybody, like I said, expands their knowledge and maybe knows what they're getting into before they jump into the deep end and figure out they don't know how to paddle. Super glue. It's okay. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay. You're not in trouble. It's okay. Yeah, doggy's trying to get away because she knows she did something bad. Yeah, I'm ready, Mark. Let her rip, Tater Chip. You're doing like I'm doing. You're giving us a teaser. Oh, I guess he was waiting for somebody to reply. Yeah, thank you, Rich. Help us out there. Wow. Okay, so those of you that are here Friday night and that are watching this later, thank you first. But second of all, if you're not reading the chat, Mark with Mark Slotcar Garage just let us know that he got confirmation that Viper is no longer making tracks. That is crazy. So you heard it here second from Mark Slotcar Garage. Thank you for sharing that, Mark. That's huge news. But today has just been a big day for slot car news, and a lot of it not very good. Wow. Ready, NASCAR lovers? Speaking of racing, you know me, I'm a racing guy. While I was taking care of the dogs and getting stuff taken care of, trying to post for the videos and stuff like that, I had, to those of you that do follow racing and IMSA racing, the Daytona 24-hour is coming up here in a couple of weeks or a week and a half. And today they got to hit the track. And I was getting to, there was a channel that had just what they call sights and sounds of the first practice at Daytona for the Rolex 24 at Daytona. Anyway, and getting to hear all those cars with no commentary and no nothing. And I got to see the two different versions of the Mustang Dark Horse that's debuting. They were the LMP cars were out there racing, the GT2, GT3s. It was really cool. Racing season's right around the corner. Yeah. Oh, Mark, what? Okay, no more Viper. They got out of the track business. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. No, no more Viper tracks. Yeah, I said no. You let it out first here on secondhand from your channel to mine. So thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. I still can't believe they did that because they sell some of those. I can't even remember what that sheet's called, but it's already just all carved out on one sheet. Not what you meant, Scott. Oh, sorry, Rich. Well, you know me and racing. Give me an excuse to talk about it. Man, you would have thought that right now they would be wanting to pump out the tracks because of just, yeah, okay. Oh, cool. No, all right. I like that idea because they usually race on Sunday. Yeah, there's a huge delay. I mean, I know I'm way behind on your guys' conversation. And between me and the oh yeah, if you haven't hit the live thing, if you had to watch a commercial or something stupid like that. No, I'm not fine behind. Okay, cool. Okay, sorry. No, I just wanted Mark to know I appreciate him sharing that information on the channel and didn't want him to think that I missed it. So thank you. There you go. Well, I told you, as soon as you were done with the NASCARs, I wanted to see all your F1 cars because you've got quite the collection of those. Um, I could name specific cars, but I'd just prefer if you just went right down your row and just pick out a car every week. But you pick out your favorites first, man. It's your show. See, Brad Bowman. Yeah, cool, Rich. No, man, like I said, I love seeing your collection and hearing the details about all of them and stuff too. I learned stuff on your channel too that I haven't, personally learned or stuff like that. That's why I reach out to you when I have Tyco questions, my friend. Um, yeah, no, you're not the only one that's shocked. And I noticed someone managed Brad Bowman's tracks. Um, Someone had mentioned that he's got like a year and a half or 2 year waiting list before you can get a track from him now. That's how busy he is. There's several other makers, not several, but there's a few others, and I'll try to get a list of them together and try to put it in like a video and maybe a link to their specific channel or something, or how to contact them. Yeah. Oh well, no, I mean, I know it's the old saying, you get what you pay for, and I thought that Viper was kind of a good medium ground for that. So it'd be really nice if there's somebody out there that could fill that gap between what Bowman's cost because his are so incredibly. I mean, they're awesome, but yeah, like you mentioned, they're pricey. Um, and then what a Viper track would cost because even those are kind of pricey to me. Like you mentioned, now they're before they weren't selling theirs anymore. Their track with rails in it was the same size of yours was going to be like 2 grand, 1,500, something like that. Well, that's a big investment for people. Now that's a so but 6 grand or 7 grand is an even bigger investment like a Bowman track. So, you know, that Viper was like your step up from the clicky clack and then, move into the big leagues and see some of those California tracks. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah. Like I said, I'm sorry if there's a delay. Like today when I noticed, it all depends on what you're watching the feed on. Because I had the feed on the TV in here, and then whenever I went to lunch, I stuck it on my phone, and my phone was a solid 2 seconds ahead of what the TV was. So if I heard it on my phone, I heard it again on the TV a few seconds later. So Yeah, it's going to be click clack for me. Obviously more of my money went into the collecting part of it, and it's not to say that I don't aspire to own something like that someday, but right now, I guess I could save the money, but right now I'm having more fun, hunting and finding collector cars that I've always wanted, or ones that I want to have to collect and complete a collection. So, yeah, click like even the big investment for me was moving from the wall warts and going dedicated wiring, which if Adam decides to go live, if you've ever wondered how to do wiring on your track, you'll want to be a subscriber to Adam's channel. Um, it used to be Adam Slot Cars and More, and now it's called The Original Adam Hurt. So if you go to the original Adam Hurt's channel, hit the subscribe and the bell. He's doing his hard wiring on his track, and if you've ever wanted to learn how to do it or see how it's done, that would be the channel to kind of catch up and watch it and see someone take that step. See, I mean, I love the larger scale cars. I love the fact that they're detailed. I love the fact of all the digital stuff. I love a lot of things. A, the cost kills me. B, the space it just takes up way too much area that I just don't personally have. And then C is I know you can make those cars fast, like any car, but they're just slow compared to my HO cars to me. And I might change my mind if I ever had one of those tracks and I was playing with them. It's all relative. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm used to, and this is where I'm going to stay. Come on, Powerball. Yeah. See, every time I hear someone that won, I'm like, there's the guy that got my dollar. And Mike, G Bud 14 there, besides going and checking out all the shorts that he's been putting out of his collection, if you missed the earlier in the show when I was pumping his channel, um, he gave me some great tips on a Super 3 on how to tune them. And Mark with Mark Slotcar Garage, he's actually used those tips, and he confirmed everything just like what Mike was saying. And because I was telling him that I was going to do a video on getting one of those Super 3 kits and put it together, and then show people the tricks that they had shared on how to soup them up and make them run a little better. And he was nice enough to share some of his information with me, and Mark was too. And I'm going to slap it out there to everybody else that may have missed Mark's channel whenever he did it or talked about it. And I'll slap it on there with the information that Mr. Mike G Bud 14 gave me on how he made his run really good. Yep, I'm right there with you, man. Oh, I'm telling you guys, I tell everybody there's two things that were a major game changer when I built my track. And that was one, when I got rid of the wall warts. But before that, it was the controller. And that's what made me take that next step. I was like, if an improved controller makes me drive that much better, then how much better are the cars going to run if every lane has equal power all the time? And so that's the new controller led me to take that next step, because I'd watched so many people talk about on their channel about how they just had one driver station, one power tap, and until they added jumpers, they didn't realize how important a jumper was on your track. And then when I got my power on my track for the first time and got to see how my cars had the constant voltage all the way around and how much faster they ran, I was hooked. Hey, Roski, thanks for joining in, man. Yeah, no, you can do that by the beach, and I've seen that, but for the level of cars that I race on my track, that would be an added expense and extra wiring for no money. If you're running like what you and Mark at Slotcar Garage does, and Jack, when you guys are going to those races at hobby shops and stuff like that, I can see where running 4 of those low ohm cars with high downforce magnets would be a power sucker on one power supply, and having individual ones might be a big benefit. But for the cars I run, I don't think it would do me that good. But once again, I guess I could try it out and see. But right now, no. Wow, up to 34, guys. Wow, thank you all so much. Zim, I'm glad to see you came back and joined in, buddy. Mark Slotcar Garage, I mentioned it earlier, but you may not see in the show. He just literally put out a video on entry-level controllers and some of his thoughts on the differences on them. And I would suggest going by and checking that out, because I know that I love my OS 3s. That's what this is an OS 3. You can sit there on the handle, and I can control my amp, the trigger control. I can go anywhere from a T-Jet all the way up to my, modified Vipers and Tycos and stuff and Wizards. So I love this controller. But then, he's gone even steps higher than that. I know that when I got my iRock controllers from One Stop Slot Shop, is what OS 3 stands for, they were $80 a piece. And mine are wired for brakes. I know that you can buy a DeFalco that is about the same comparable level, but if you add brakes, it gets it up to like $125 or something. Sorry, my dog keeps hitting the. There we go. She got up and decided to cause another earthquake. Sorry. Well, no, Rich, no, that's just it too. That's why I also tell everybody, if you're only running certain types of chassis and cars, then the factory ones, if you're running Mega G plus cars, then the 120 ohm ones that they come with are probably going to be fine unless you start modifying those cars, and then eventually you're going to wear out, because those are just, they're not made to keep pulling all that extra juice all the time that those cars will be trying to draw, because of the extra hop-ups that you've done to them. If you run T-Jets all the time, then you're going to want your, your 25 ohm or something like that. If you're wanting X traction or magnet traction, you're going to be wanting the 45 to 60 range. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love those. So, but if you have a certain chassis and that's all you stay with, then usually the controllers that come with them will be sufficient. And there's usually enough of them out there that you can buy them inexpensively, and, buy like 7 of them for the cost of one of these higher dollar ones, and not have to worry about wiring it into your track or cutting the plug or anything like that. So, and then they do make those adjustable ohm ones. I personally didn't like them. I had 4 of those and I sold those. Those old AFX ones from 1974 that had the 60, 90, 120 or whatever they were, the little dials. They didn't work that good for me. Burning up trap. I literally, yeah, I've done that. Yeah, see, that's what I like about it too, is the clean look. You don't have everything's hidden. That's another reason why I loved getting rid of the plugins and stuff like that. Only one supply. See, yeah. Power taps, yeah, yeah. Are you talking about Kenton? You talking about those orange AFX ones that had the little dial on the side? If those are the ones, I agree 100%. They sucked. Okay, so Mike, it's funny that you say that they were playing with adjustable controllers from Mattel, and the ones that I have, the little switch limits the trigger. Is that what yours does? So in other words, if it's on beginner, it puts a little stop back here, back behind the trigger, so the trigger will only go so far. So when they hit wide open, it's not really wide open. And if you hit medium, then it goes a little farther. Yeah. That's good stuff. Oh, see, that's why I was curious. If you don't want to open them, mine are already open, and I can try to dig those out for tomorrow night's show too, and I can show you what I was talking about. It's a kind of like the AFX adjustable power pack with the three settings. That's what it is on the controller, and then, like I said, it slides up a little blocker on my trigger on the trigger to keep you from being able to pull it all the way, depending on how far you jammed it. I thought it was pretty clever, and that was back in 2000s, 2005, yeah. Oh yeah, no, I don't blame you. Mike got a haul on some tracks, yeah. Well, Rich, I appreciate you putting my sticker in your videos, man. That thank you. No, you're good, buddy. Speaking of which, the 31 of you that are here tonight, and anybody that watches this later, if you purchased anything or you've bought a sticker pack or you're a member, I'm going to request it tomorrow night too. But please, if you stuck your sticker somewhere or you just want to put it in front or on the background of your favorite car or whatever, I'd really like for you guys to send me pictures of anything that you want to put the sticker around or whatever that I can publicly show on YouTube. And I'd like to do a little whole video on nothing of different placements or different things that people have done with their Scott's House of HO Racing stickers. I thought that'd be pretty cool. First, yeah. Yeah. Steffi sent me a picture of her membership pack stickers, and she has her hashtag slot cars. And then she had her Scott's House of HO Racing sticker on there, and the same picture. Tate, the Angry Coyote, that's a member on the channel. He's also my oldest friend, and he's one of the guys that races over here. He's got him on his van, and I took pictures. So yes, yeah, no, see, that's what I'm talking about. So I'd appreciate if you guys could send it to me via text if you want to. If you don't want to download it on your computer, you can text me. My number's on my channel. I'll give it to you right now. It's on Google. It's 417-860-0622. Or you can email me at scottdanielmo@gmail.com. SCOTTDANIELMO@gmail.com. I'd love to have all those pictures so I can put it in a collage. I won't identify whose car or whose pictures what. So if you want to keep your privacy, that's perfectly okay. It's just simply a collage of the pictures and how people use those stickers to try to promote the hobby or show off the room, or like Rich does in his video, is it's in the background next to his dyno. And thank you again, sir, for having that back there. So whatever you do with those, if you could just take a picture and text it to me or email me or however you want to get it to me, that'd be really cool because I'd like to put a video of that together. Yeah, no drama slots. Okay, so there's the example of why you would want to use a different controller than a 120 ohm, because those 120 ohm controllers are really only for the Mega G Plus cars. If you're going to be running a Super G Plus, personally, I would not run anything 60 ohm is where I would be personally. No, see, yeah, DS45. There you go. 60 at the max. 45 would be better, but yep. There's another good point, Mike. Yeah, T-Jets and Auto World cars. They I have not run any T-Jets on my track because of my bank corners. And I guess I could one of these nights once we get the other camera and get it all set up. I can get out that little Batman car that I bought way back when that had the custom wheels on it. And I bought it to be a runner. And it's a T-Jet. So we'll get it out there on the track and run it around. See, this is all the information that if someone's new to the hobby, that they need to know. It helps them because if you're like me, you want to spend money wisely. I don't have money to burn. So if I buy something, I need to make sure that I'm using it or serving a purpose. And the last thing I want to do is buy 3 different controllers if I'm only racing one kind of car and it doesn't work, because controllers, even the cheap ones, aren't that cheap. So yeah, it's important that we share the knowledge of stuff that we've learned. So there you go. So you found out we can use the 120 ohms on some of the Auto World stuff, and they work okay. But we also learned that a lot of us already knew, which was if you try to use a 120 ohm on a Super G Plus car, no bueno. It's going to fly. Yeah, the Parmas, I wish they were still around because, like you just mentioned, you could actually buy the ohm resistor that you wanted so that you could change it, upgrade it, do whatever you wanted to fit whatever style of trigger pull you wanted to have. Yeah, 45. There it is, Rich. I was going to say most of your old Aurora, big yellow ones, those are a 45 ohm, is my understanding. Yeah, see, that's why I love my OS3, and man, Mark is really making me want to get one of those OS3s that has the coast feature. And then I tried that bad boy out because I really like that idea. And see the dude, that's what, there you go. That DS60 9120, that's what led me to start thinking about the upgrading the track, to hardwire the track to get rid of the wall warts. Because back in one of my previous videos, I mentioned I had 12 of those plugged in, and there were no, out of all 12 of those variable power packs on my track, none of them had the same voltage on, expert. So whenever I put a voltmeter on them, all 12 of them were different. So I had to bunch up the closest group of 4 for the 3 different power sections that I had to try to help out my track. And and you could, yeah, like I said, you could tell a difference whenever I have power all the way around the track the way I've got it hardwired now. But that's what led me to saying, hey, there is a better way, and maybe I need to try this. And so once I got one of those DS controllers, then one of the Tate that races, he tried it. He's like, oh man, I got to get one of these. And then I got one of the older Parmas, 45 ohm, and then another guy was using it, and then whoever showed up last had to use the factory controller. Oh wow! Oh, Parma is back. Okay, where? Please share with us slot cars and HO trains, Kenton. Where are you finding them for sale? I mean, all I'm seeing is old inventory on stuff or sold out. Whenever I see Parma stuff listed for sale on places. Oh yeah. No, I knew you could buy the replacement parts. I thought you meant Scale Auto sells them. Oh, cool. Well, see, I saw it on their website, but I didn't know if that meant that they still had them for sale because I've they ask you to email on Scale Auto's website and check on products before you pay for them. And there's a lot of things that I tried to buy that they had listed for sale that they didn't have any longer or wasn't made anymore, or they're really bad about keeping their inventory of what cars they have in stock accurate. Have a good night, drama. Try to show up tomorrow night. Stay warm. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll have to check that out. I mean, I'm happy with my OS3s, but that's cool. Well, I know we got 29 of us here, but it's about the normal quitting time for the show. And I've got a little dog just stomping his feet over here. And what you missed earlier when the other dog was kicking and doing everything is she's the older dog, and regrettably, she's losing control of her bowels. And so she was asleep and it just came on out. So literally for the last half hour, I've been sitting here whiffing a pile of dog poo less than 4 feet away from me, and I can't take it anymore. So thank you to everybody that showed up tonight. Thank you for all the great information that everybody shared tonight on the channel. I appreciate your support so much. Please, 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 if you have the time tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, subscribers, please join in. Try to win some of these free prizes that, thanks to your support, you've won. Members, if you're still with us here tonight, please, if you can, join the member show tomorrow night, because as members of the channel, you've got some serious things to consider about what you want to win for your part of the Trip Into 2K giveaway. So once again, guys, I can't go down the list and thank everybody, or I'd be here for another 15 minutes inhaling the dog crap that I can't take anymore. My eyes are watering. But thank you so much. Everybody stay safe, stay warm. Please try to join in tomorrow night. Thank you again. And until we speak again, guys, get out there, light some sparks and melt some plastic. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.